Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and in today's video I have big news to share with you guys. This news is beyond crazy, and I can't actually believe it still this day. I mean, it's just insane basically what this is. So I'm going to be talking about this said news in today's video. So basically I want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory before I actually get into the news so you guys know like what exactly happened. So yesterday I was ending up playing some Fortnite and I managed to get a W, which is really cool. I got another win, so I'm gonna be uploading that soon. But after I ended up getting that W, I ended up looking over on my Twitter because I follow Charlie Intel, the guy that basically shares all the news regarding video games, specifically more for Call of Duty than anything. And I just have notifications on in case Treyarch announces something towards like Black Ops 4 or Call of Duty World War II has something going on. And to my complete surprise, I didn't expect to hear this, and I was, completely shocked. I still am shocked to hear this, but I'm going to put up the tweet here on screen so you guys don't think I'm just, lying or whatever, because this is insane. You probably aren't going to believe it. But this is basically what ended up happening yesterday. Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield officially have left Sledgehammer Games. You heard me right, yes. Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield, both of the two very well-known guys, a part of Sledgehammer, officially left the company. It's insane. I did not expect to see this at all yesterday. And I'm still in disbelief because we haven't had something like this happen where the lead multiplayer guys, or I think that's what Michael and Glenn both did. Not necessarily, I think, Glenn, but I definitely know that Michael focused on a lot of multiplayer. He was kind of like the Vandahar Sledgehammer. But yeah, we haven't seen anything happen where the main well-known people left their company during the DLC season ever since when we haven't seen that happen since when Jason West and Vince Zampella left Infinity Ward back during the DLC season for Modern Warfare 2 in 2010. We haven't seen a event like this happen since then, so it's almost been another 10 years, dude, and it's insane just to see how this happened again. Now, the things that I want to talk about is why, Sledgehammer decides to... Now, the things what I want to talk about, with this is Now, the things I want to talk about regarding this info is what is Sledgehammer going to end up being like without Glenn and Michael being a part of Infinity Ward. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit more in detail and talk about a couple things. The first thing I want to talk about is what's going to happen to Sledgehammer now that Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield are no longer a part of the Sledgehammer games. I want us to talk about what this means for Call of Duty World War II and all the other future Call of Duties by Sledgehammer. And I also want to talk about what Michael and Glenn are going to be doing now that they no longer work at Sledgehammer. Now, these aren't going to be any particular order. I'm just going to be reading these, basically as I go. I kind of have a little bit of a list here just because there's a lot of info, and I just want to kind of make sure I don't miss anything because it's such big news. I usually don't have necessarily a script or info. I kind of just do it based off what's in my most recent memory, just so that way I don't sound like I'm reading off a script, but I need to remember all the details so that way I don't mess this up. So let's talk about what Michael and Glenn are going to be doing now that they're no longer associated with Sledgehammer. Now, this isn't as big of a controversy as what happened with Infinity Ward, because what happened with Infinity Ward is that basically Infinity Ward kind of had like a falling out where all the big names and all the other employees left, because what happened is that Jason West and Vince Zampella got fired basically by Activision with a whole bunch of lawsuits, I believe. I don't remember the full details, but I remember it didn't end well. And when it comes to Michael Condrey and Glenn, no, they didn't get fired. In fact, they actually got, technically, I guess you could say, a promotion. They are now taking on the new executive positions at Activision. So I think that basically what that means, if I'm not mistaken, is they're basically going to be kind of like the big bosses of Activision. And I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing for their job positions. I don't know exactly what they're messing with. If they can handle the supply drop system in most of these video games, that'd be amazing, because Sledgehammer, as much as people give them crap, they have kept their word and remain cosmetic only with their supply drops. All the guns in Call of Duty World War II, yes, can be earned through supply drops, but there is alternate methods. You can get them via doing the gameplay challenges where you get like 50 wins or losses. You don't even have to necessarily win to get the gun, or you can buy it with salvage, or you can get out of the supply drop. it's basically just kind of like a, whatever works best for you type of logic instead of just, RNG. So hopefully if they run that, they can fix the loot with like all these other video games coming out that Activision posts, because they have kept their word. And I would love to see them take on the loot systems of these games. And so when it comes to them being in this position, I'm very happy for them. I am really looking forward to see what they do at Activision. I just hope that this doesn't turn them greedy or make them, into kind of like the scumbags that we associate currently with Activision, because we all know Activision is basically a big group of just rich people that don't even care. And I don't want to see that happen to Michael and Glenn. So guys, if you're watching this for whatever reason, I never expect anybody, famous like you guys to watch my videos, but for whatever reason, if you are, I wish you the best of luck. I really genuinely do, because I like your games. A lot of people, in my opinion, don't really necessarily give you guys a chance. I mean, I respect other people's opinions. If people don't like your previous games, that's fine. But personally, I had a lot of fun with your games, so good luck, best of luck to you. I hope you do well. Now, when it comes to these positions, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with Sledgehammer, because Sledgehammer, I don't want to see them turn into something like current Infinity Ward, because when Infinity Ward split apart and they made Respawn Entertainment to start making Titanfall, basically the new Infinity Ward, or the guys that were replacing all the old employees at Infinity Ward, they basically can't get anything straight, because new Infinity Ward has made Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts, and Infinite Warfare. And the old Modern Warfare series, games like Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, the original one, by the way, not MWR, and then like COD 2 and 1, and a couple of other ones, that was the old Infinity Ward. So the new Infinity Ward, the only game they really had as like a legit success was the third Modern Warfare game. And they had help from Sledgehammer with that one, because they were still in chaos when that happened, kind of. So now you guys are probably also thinking, which is something I didn't mention, but you're probably thinking, so what's going to exactly happen with, the positions going on with, sorry, not Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer? Like, who's going to be taking on the roles of what Michael Condrey and Glenn were doing? Well, basically what's going to happen is that they're going to be replaced by Aaron Holland, who has been with Sledgehammer when it was founded in 2009, and previously was the director of development at Sledgehammer, and now he's going to be the studio head. So basically he's going to be, in Michael and Glenn's position, where he handles all the multiplayer stuff. And I don't know when this happens, but I think it's going to take effective immediately, just because with Glenn and Michael not, being a part of Sledgehammer anymore. So officially, we have to start, joking around saying that instead of being like Michael Condrey, we have to be like Aaron Holland, I guess. I mean, I'm worried mostly because I don't want to see something happen to Sledgehammer like what happened with Infinity Ward, like I was talking about. Ever since new Infinity Ward has started making the Infinity Ward titles, it's just never been the same. The old Infinity Ward was amazing, and I still love old Infinity Ward. In fact, that's why one of the reasons I play, Titanfall or Respawn Entertainment's games, because it's the old Infinity Ward and they know how to make a game fun. And I don't want to see Sledgehammer turn into like new Infinity Ward, where they're basically making really bad titles every single time, and they're basically a laughingstock. I know a lot of people make fun of Sledgehammer, but the thing is, though, you gotta give three things to Sledgehammer. You have to admit these things. The first thing goes back to what I said about cosmetic only. They kept their word. Treyarch, even though they got strong-armed by Activision, and I bet you the same thing with Infinity Ward. I don't know what Sledgehammer managed to pull out of their butts, but for some reason they were actually able to prevent Sledgehammer's games, or their own games, from basically being like a giant like casino system. They were actually able to, I guess, tell Activision, listen guys, as much as you guys want money, this isn't gonna work, and they managed to do it. I don't know what they did, but Sledgehammer has managed to stay cosmetic only. They've kept their word. It may not stay that way, so that's why I'm still being a little bit skeptical, but I'm being very optimistic. I genuinely have faith that it's gonna stay cosmetic only the whole entire time, because they have kept their word. If they really wanted to screw us over, they would have done it months ago. I promise you that. So that's good. The second thing is, you have to admit that Sledgehammer is new to the Call of Duty franchise. They've only had two installments on their own. They've helped out with all the other Call of Duties before. The ones that they've helped out the most on that wasn't exactly their title was Modern Warfare 3. I think that's the one they did the most work on without being their own full-out title. But Sledgehammer's only made Advanced Warfare and World War II, And the last thing that you also have to give to Sledgehammer is that they managed to make a pretty decent game for the fact that they wanted to make originally a Advanced Warfare 2. I don't know if you guys know this, but Advanced Warfare 2 is what Sledgehammer was working on before, they were told to make Call of Duty World War II. We were going to get another exosuit, probably Call of Duty, for the 4th year in a row, and then Activision said, no, you're not making Advanced Warfare 2, that's not going to make money, you're going to make Call of Duty World War II or something like that. And so we've got a partially done game, that's why a lot of people complain, but in my opinion, for a partially done game that was probably done in 2 years, like the traditional Call of Duties like Infinity Ward and Treyarch used to do with that amount of time, they've done a pretty decent job in my opinion. They really have. For a 2-year probably worked on game, it's pretty decent. I like the zombies. In fact, that's what you're seeing in the gameplay in the background is the final R.I.P Easter egg. But I think that the zombies is very fun, very laid back. You don't have to do stupid challenges like in some of the other, zombies games where you want to like find some random golden spork or you have to like somehow like do some weird kumbaya ritual or whatever. I'm kind of poking fun at Treyarch. I mean, I love Treyarch, but I think their Easter eggs are a little bit too chaotic. I mean, I know the big guys solved them in a few hours or a day, but for the casual guys, we're not gonna be having that much time or interest to look for these really difficult challenges to complete the Easter egg. We just want something simple and fun, kind of like the final R.I.P Easter egg, where there's like an easy one. I'm not poking fun at Treyarch to be mean. I'm just joking around. It's just like polite teasing. But anyways, so Sledgehammer makes good zombies. I haven't played the campaign yet, but I know it's pretty good, and I liked Advanced Warfare's. And the multiplayer, even though it's not the best, it's a lot more better than it could have been. It could have been like Infinite Warfare, where it was complete garbage. I'm just gonna basically compare everything to Infinite Warfare. If it's better than Infinite Warfare, it's a good game, I promise you. But I wish, once again, the best of luck to Glenn, best of luck to Michael. I just hope, my genuine worries is that I just don't want to see, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer basically be, completely just, laughing stocks and be useless. I like Treyarch, and I really do, but I want to have another developer I can trust alongside them. And I have trusted Sledgehammer for the longest time. I really genuinely have. I've been putting a lot of faith in them, and I just don't want to see that go away. So anyways, guys, this is basically going to be today's video. It's a lot of big news, and it's pretty crazy to see that this actually happened, but it's just something that we're going to have to deal with. I don't know whether Michael and Glenn decide to leave on their own, or if Activision told them to leave, or whatever. I don't know exactly the full details. I'm probably going to look them up sometime soon just to give you guys the full details and maybe make a second video. I don't know. But it's pretty crazy to see what happens. So, like I said, best of luck to you again, Michael and Glenn. You guys have made 2 great games, in my opinions, even though a lot of people may not agree with me. I know they're kind of like unpopular titles. But I do wish the best of luck to you because you made me have a lot of fun playing the last few Call of Duties again. So anyways, guys, this is going to be today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like if you guys want to see more videos like this, or if you guys just like today's video in general as a whole. And subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, because that is really appreciated. And it will let you guys know when I am uploading another video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.